Okay, 5.7, the last section we're going to cover in chapter 5 is inverse trigonometric functions integration. So yesterday we had our differentiation rules, and there were 6 of them, one for each of the trig functions, and it was just the basic rule. You found out what u was, and you did u prime, and you stuck it in there, right? So the same thing is going to apply here. So our integration rules we have arc sine. So the integral of du, also known as u prime, correct? Is the square root of a squared minus u squared would equal the arc sine of u divided by a plus c. Number 2 is the integral of u prime over a squared plus u squared equals 1 over a arc tangent of u over a plus c. So we are going to have to identify what a is and what u is, correct? So we're going to find u prime, and we're going to have to figure out a. I need to open my notes to this section because once I move along, I won't have these rules in front of me. And these are, they should be on your sheet, your differentiation sheet. Now, on page, what was it, Shelby?
It was page 378.
On page 378 is a chart of all the differentiation rules that you could possibly have on your integral sheet at this moment in time. Okay? Now, some of them on there are like the product rule and stuff like that, which I would assume you don't need the product rule to take up space, right? So, you guys will have to, oh, it's right here in front of me. You shouldn't need the product rule in front of you, so I wouldn't waste my space on it. But on that page is everything. Yes, 378. It's a big chart like this. Has them all on there. Okay. So, and the last one we have u prime, the integral of u prime over u square root of u squared minus a squared equals 1 over a arc secant of the absolute value of u over a plus c. Now remember, arc is the same as inverse, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so inverse, we just need to remember that arc is the same as inverse.
Arc equals inverse.
Yes. So, you have your rules written in front of you. Which rule does this in front of you fit?
It's the first rule.
The very first rule. Okay. So the first rule was the integral of du divided by square root of a squared minus u squared. So, what is a?
A is 4.
Oops. A isn't 4.
Okay.
A squared
It's 2.
is 4, so a is 2. Oh, that's not the right problem. That's the right problem, correct?
Which one?
This one. It jumped on me, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Now, the other thing I could do is take this dx and put it out here, couldn't I? Okay, put the dx out here.
Sure.
And then this would be a what?
That would be a 1.
That would be a 1. So I don't think that fits rule number 1 then.
No, 3.
3?
Yes.
Okay, so if we look at this, we need to figure out what a is and what, so I have 4x squared equals a squared, doesn't it? If you're looking at those rules. Are you looking at your rules?
Yeah, I just have.
Oh, that would be u squared. You guys need to,
I'm still writing down the problem. I'm gonna be honest.
okay, thank you for being honest. I will slow
Because
down.
I had the problem written down.
I didn't know if I like meant like
It jumped and we were on the, I wasn't on the right
I
one.
was looking at Sadie's rules because I thought I did something wrong on mine.
Yeah, when we said rule number 1.
Because I'm not confused. Well, I am confused.
Okay.
Still.
So, look at your 3 rules.
Yes.
Which one of these, what I'm looking at, I see this x and the square root. Which one of those has something similar to that?
Trace.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know there was an X in front.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
didn't see it.
We see 3. It's similar, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Not identical, but similar. So if I'm going to say I have 4x squared, what would that equal? If I'm looking at rule 3, what would 4x squared equal?
U squared.
U squared. Not just u. So what does u equal?
X.
4x.
I have u squared. What do I have to do to just get u?
Square root.
Take the square root. So what is the square root of 4x squared?
4x.
4x. So we're missing a what?
And a.
Nope. On the u, what are we missing?
Squared.
What are we missing right there?
We're missing,
This is u, but this is what we said u is. What are we missing?
A 4.
A 4. Okay, so we're going to have to take care of that. Okay, so the next thing is we need to figure out a. Because our rule is 1 over a arc secant of absolute value
U over A plus E.
u over a plus c. So we need u and we need a. What is a squared?
81. It's 9.
It's 9.
Oh.
3.
So a is 3.
Did you say 81?
So I have my a and I have my u. But in my problem, there is no 4, is there?
Right. Yeah.
So what was 4? And this is really, when I would write it, it would be 1 over 4x, wouldn't it? So how would I get rid of 1/4? What would I have multiplied it by?
A 4.
Reciprocal 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Okay?
4.
So I have to bring that, I'm going to come down here. So I have 4, and then I'm going to plug it into here.
So,
So 1 over a, what's a?
3.
3. Oh, we are not right on, what is that? What is this? We are not right on you. What's the square root of 4x squared, guys?
4x. 2.
2.
Yep. Hey, no.
Square root of 4 is 2, correct?
Yeah, but there's a squared. I thought if you took.
wait.
We took the square root of 4x squared is 2x.
Okay.
And we said 4x, or whoever said it, and I'm like, yeah, sounds good. It's not 2x.
So then what if it was like 3x squared? Then it would just be 3x then?
If it was 3x squared, it'd be the square root of 3. You have to take the square root. We didn't take the square root of 4. We just said 4.
Okay. Okay,
Since
but
when is that?
if, like, let's say u squared equals,
Okay. No,
Something
let's
that's-
not what ifs.
I know, but.
No. Just watch. Just watch, please.
But what if there's something on the
okay.
assignment?
Just watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the process you do every time. Okay? So this right here, we're looking at rule number 3. Go back up. I think I skipped 2 screens there. Looking at rule 3, that's what we said it fit, correct? Mm-hmm. So, looking at this number right here is u squared, correct? Mm-hmm. This number right here is a squared. And we need to find a and u. So how do we find a and u from u squared?
Find where they are. Square root.
You take the square root.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I said. I think I jumped a screen, and I did. We immediately jumped to the worst problem and the harder problem, but I'm not going to mix it up again. So u squared equals 4x squared. So I take the what?
Square root of both.
Square root of both. So u is going to equal 2x. When we did it the first time, we said 4 and everybody, the world was good. We didn't take the square root of 4. Now do you see that? Whatever it is, you take the square root of it.
Yeah.
If you had 3, the square root of 3 is the square root of 3. It's not a perfect square.
So what would you?
So you would have the, what?
You still have the square root of 3x.
Yes. It would be the square root of 3x.
See?
Okay,
Boom.
so what is a squared?
A squared is 9.
Is 9. So we take the square root of both. So a is
3.
3. So we're doing 1 over A arc secant of the absolute value of U over A plus C, correct?
Correct.
But wait,
So-
we need to add a 2.
Yes, we do need to get rid of the, the 2 was there, right?
Yeah.
So it's 1/2, so what do we multiply by 1/2?
2.
2. So we have 2. And 1 over A, what's A?
3.
3. Arc secant of the absolute value of U, which is
Just you, 2x.
2x over A,
3.
3.
Plus C.
Plus C. Okay, now this 2 distributes to here, yes?
Yeah. Yep.
So I could write it as 2/3 or I could leave it out like that. Either one.
This is so easy.
Okay, like I said, I skipped a screen, so we jumped to the hardest problem. So let's go back. We're not going to do this one yet.
Okay.
Let's go back
Okay.
to the easier ones.
These are the easier ones? I thought you said these were the harder ones.
No, what we just did. Okay, so write that dx off to the side, yes?
Yeah.
And make that a
1.
1.
Okay, I'm gonna do this on my own. See if I can do it, okay?
Identify which rule you think it is.
Mhm.
Arc sine, arc tangent, or arc cosecant.
Okay.
And then identify your u squared and your a squared
Okay.
to find your u and your a.
Okay.
Did you get that?
No,
Hold on.
I got a negative sign. I have everything right. I just have a negative sign on the outside.
How do you have a negative
Well,
sign?
because I took negative x squared, because there's a subtraction.
Okay, but in the rule, like if you look at the rule, it says negative. So the negative doesn't come with it. Just like if you look at
Like I'm looking at the rule.
if you look at the rule, it says du over the square root of a squared minus u squared. So u squared is just x squared, not negative. Because you can't take the square root of a negative number. You'll get an imaginary number.
So no matter what, if a square root will never be a negative. Other than that, I got it right.
Okay.
Did you get it right?
No. I almost did. I put a 2 out front. Don't know why.
Was it because of your A?
I thought that. I don't know.
You're okay. You're fine.
I guess we did it on the last one because there was a 4 on the inside. So
Well, because we had that u,
The
du.
rule. look at the rules. Because on the third rule, there's a U on the outside of the square root.
And the first rule there is not. Shelby, did you get it good?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the next one.
I hate you.
No, you don't. Hate's a very strong word.
Doesn't mean that. I really don't want. You don't know what I mean.
Okay, let's be nice. Here's your what if.
Oh, great.
I put an X both places. I knew what I was talking about, but it messed me up.
Come on. Oh! Wait.
Wait.
Hey. Never mind.
Okay, why'd I have to add this 1/3?
Well,
I
because
don't know.
there's a 3 on the outside.
Because there's a 3,
But,
and there's not a 3 in our problem.
but,
Because the rule's DU.
but in a
I was
rule,
so proud of myself.
There's
The
no
first
U
one is done.
in front.
Damn
like the rule that
Okay, there's no U in front, but it's DU, the derivative of U. Well, I guess we weren't doing it. I was just doing it in my head. What is the derivative of U on the first one? What's the derivative of X?
1.
1. Is that what we have in the numerator? Yes. What's the derivative of U in this one?
3.
3. Are we missing a 3?
Yeah.
So if we're missing a 3, there's what out here?
Okay, well,
A 3rd.
I
And that's my fault.
would have had what you got, but you can't have a square root in the denominator.
Right. And
I
so
got.
did you
better
rationalize?
answer than you.
Yes, I did.
We
Awesome.
both got better answers than you.
So,
We're better.
How'd you get 6?
That's not what I got.
well, 2 times 3 is 6.
Really?
Oh!
Oh, okay. So
Wait.
before we figured out that there was a 1/3. That's not what we got.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
Oops.
rationalizing. 'Cause
So then you have 3x squared of 2 over 2.
Yes!
Yes.
So proud of you. You guys are so awesome. Okay.
See that? She literally started touching me.
I felt so proud of myself. Sorry.
Okay. Let's do another one. Let's do this one now.
Which one?
The one we haven't done.
Oh.
That's really skinny.
What?
The board.
You flipped it.
I know. Because I touched it without hitting the pin.
I know.
Throw me on the bus there, Shelby. Okay,
What?
dx, and there's a 1. So don't forget U prime, sorry. Okay, which one does this fit? Hmm.
You quit smacking yourself over there.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
I'm hoping that I'm doing this right.
I don't know where to even start. And neither does she, so I don't know what you're doing.
bad. How do you... Got my answer.
What the heck? What rule are you using?
Well, your X has to be your U, yes? Whatever has the X has to be your U.
Okay.
Okay.
So which rule would we have to use then?
One's with a U in it.
Which one comes with your U first? U squared. 3. Do you see that? U has to have your variable in it, remember? Yeah, because you were all like, sign, yes. But
I actually didn't say anything, actually.
You
I put an
didn't?
empty S as part of it, so.
Okay, real quick question.
uh-huh.
Because you have to square the u and like u squared and e to the 2x, wouldn't e to the x also still be squared because there's not a perfect square?
No, because when we take the square root, remember it's taking it to the 1/2 power. So I took it to the 1/2 power. And so I have 2x times 1/2, which is what? X?
Yep.
Yep. So I'm using U. Minus 1. Oh, du, or u prime, equals. So u prime is e to the x, right?
Yeah. Is e to the x like natural log something?
If I'm doing that, but I don't have to do that.
Could you?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Just making sure. So weird.
But is this? Okay. Is that what you guys got?
Yep.
What is
No.
the 1/a thing?
I didn't
Well,
even
A is
say
1.
anything.
So this would be 1/1.
Oh, yeah, 1/1 is.
This is like
It's like
literally-
implied.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry, I skipped a step. I should have probably done 1/1 and then just, I should have done this, right?
I'm like a trig goddess. I just understand trigonometry.
Yeah, but
And you know, the hard part about the trig and the inverse trig is here's the rule, you just plug it in. Like everything else, we simplified and factor things out. And this one, you find A, you find U, and you just plug it in. There's not, you know what I
See,
mean?
everything else hate that. But this,
This, she just
yeah, but
gets
then
it.
you will not give anyone help with it either. You'll be like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you'll be like, I really know what I'm doing. I think I'm really good at this. I'll be like, oh, can you show me how to do it? No.
I am going to tell you right now, the trig ones are hard because we, like I said, we want to step through the process, and it's not. You find U, you find U prime, and you find A, and you put it in there.
nah, this
That's-
is easy.
There's no stepping.
This
There's
is
no
easy.
stepping stones.
I think the other one's
Okay, here's another one.
This is pooey.
Probably need to rewrite this a little bit. Okay, we're going to decompose this fraction. So I have the integral of x plus 2 over the square root of 4 minus x squared, dx. So before this fraction was one thing, it was how many things? 2?
Yeah.
Because it's x plus 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we can decompose it. So we're going to rewrite this as the integral of x over the square root of 4 minus x squared plus, dx, sorry, plus the integral of 2 over the square root of 4 minus x squared dx. Now again, we're used to taking it from the right to the left, right? We have two things, they have common denominators, let's put it together. Correct?
Yep.
Yes? Okay, so we decomposed this. Well, now that we've decomposed it, do I just do them this one and then what?
And the next
That
one.
And then that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what rule do they fit?
They fit the first rule.
Except for,
Okay.
The top? No.
well, the second one fits the first rule. I'll agree with that one.
Why not the first one? They're just the same thing.
No.
What do you mean?
What's different about the left fraction and the right fraction?
There's an X on the top.
There's an extra x, right?
Oh.
So on this one, if I have the integral, this would be written as x times 4 minus x squared to the negative 1/2
Yeah.
dx
Yeah.
plus,
Reminder, the members of the Junior High Quiz Bowl that are going today, you are dismissed when the bell rings. You will report to Mrs. Dunakaki Tom's room. I also need to see Axel Seaman before you leave. So when the bell rings, Junior High Quiz Bowl members are dismissed. Please report to Mrs. Dunakaki's room.
okay. So this first one, u would be what?
Hold on. On the first one,
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be,
X.
wouldn't it be 4 minus x squared?
Yep.
So du,
Okay.
or d prime, or u prime, excuse me, du would be negative 2x. Correct?
Sorry, I'm just trying to write this down.
Can you be faster?
Okay. So this, guys, we will start here tomorrow. I don't think you'll need it for your homework today, to be honest.
Okay. She's being honest with us.